Cycled near side left. Moon with it. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Moon straight away, but up high. 15 yards from the goal. Rifles one, and stop made by Colin Kelly.
Keem Moon nicely done.
Round. Starkey again up high. Feeds it off to the left side. Burr puts one into the net, putting it over the right shoulder of Colin Kelly, and the Colonials strike first just over 6 minutes in.
Getting back into the fold with Steven Delamonica, so it's going to be a big area for the Colonials.
Feed to Burr, this one off of the right post. Bounces all the way to the near sideline as the shot clock resets. Holden comes near side left for Boss. Boss getting some separation from a defender, rifles a shot. That carries wide as it's ripped to the far side. Colonials with the ball here on top of Mercer, 1-0. The Colonials have held the lion's share of the possession here in the first quarter, though the score is just 1-0. And there's Holden putting one on the net, and that one will carry across the end line and will stay with RMU.
Yeah, right on cue. Elliot Holden, he has 15 goals, second on the team this year, but 29 points, leads all Colonials by 10.
Swaggerty dancing behind the net, forces it outside and finds a teammate who puts it into the cage. Keem Moon with the goal, and Swaggerty with the long stick. Gives it off, Padone through traffic, onto the net where the stop is made. Holden draws 3 defenders behind the net for Odomul. Shot put on the net, ball bounces high. Scrum for the ground ball, and out of there with it. Behind the net for Mercer. Junod. Straight away, Reed switches hands, pulls the trigger, and scores the goal for the visiting Bears. Both teams 2-6, both teams 1-2 in the league. As the pass goes out front, stick to the back of the net as Odomul finds Burr, and Burr scores his second. Back, Holden comes right with it. Pass fed inside, and a goal for RMU as Joel McCormick scores that one for the Colonials. Defender, Boss. Right side, Holden. Holden leans into a defender. Down to 10 on the shot clock now. Holden curls to the goal line. Out front it goes. Backhanded shot won't go for McLeod. Down to 4 on the field, Corey Reed giving it back for Cope. Cope sliding to his right. Puts one to the net, and a goal for Mercer. So big goal there for Mercer from Cope coming.
That won the national championship in 2021, so a ton of valuable experience that he brings to this Mercer team, and it's been paying off on the score sheet throughout the season for the Bears.
Face-off won by the Bears, ball bouncing around for a moment and then gathered in by Mercer, and a dropped the ball for a moment but gathered it back. 35 on the shot clock. Shot rifled towards the cage there, is going from left to right was
far. I mean, it's been a big difference in the scoreboard.
Yeah, 10 turnovers thus far for the Bears, just 5 of them forced by the Colonials. Colonials cycle the ball well, and a bouncing shot into the net for River Odomul. He was racing away from the cage, leaped up, bounced it into the net, and RMU. And with 2:42 to play in the second quarter, Robert Morris is back on top by 3. And make it 4 as the ball over to Holden, and Holden rifles one from the left hash into the back of the net, and RMU on top 6-2.
And that's the big thing that RMU can do. They can double up quickly on you, and big part.
Well, some of the momentum by RMU, and they win the faceoff. Bears with the ball, and quickly they answer back. The faceoff won by Capelman, and he'll take it straight away to the net, bouncing it into the cage, and Mercer cuts the lead down.
On the board, and he played some nice defense there on Peltier, who had Padone going towards the net, but eventually takes that call.
Fed right side, and a man-up goal for the Colonials as Holden feeds it to the right, and David Burr scores his second of the. Now it's Padone, straight away for Burr. Now Starkey towards the net, and somehow as he's racing to his left, adjusts the stick up and around the defender, and then puts it back over the left.
RMU's a perfect 13 for 13, but it's not like they're not getting it down the field.
And a bouncing shot into the net for RMU. Then we've got ourselves a Colonial getting knocked down, pushing and shoving after the goal as well, as all three officials threw flags. First one's for a trip against Dylan Bush. The second one goes against Ben Lever for a push. So the Colonials 2 men up here.
Correction, 30 seconds. Colonials 2 men up.
Ball into the crease. Starkey brings it to Holden near side left. Holden backs towards the goal line, now charges towards the crease. Bouncing pass gathered in by RMU as Padone rifles one to the cage off to the right side. RMU's last back. So 34 to go on the shot clock. Heading away from the goal, jumping, spinning, and scoring, River Odomul.
Have yourself a day, River Odomul, man.
60 to shoot, 6:20 to play. Here in quarter three. Low shot, save made, as that one was put to the net by Odomul, and Colin Kelly with the stop.
For the most part, did allow that shot to Odomul, but Kelly, the last line, made the save.
No look pass goes to the right side, and a Colonials goal for David Burr. How about that no look pass by Swaggerty to set Burr up? Now near side left, it's Holden. And from the goal line, out straight away, and a shot by RMU's Callum Brennan. And the goal is wiped off. Now Junod. Stepping away from the goal line, and a jumping, spinning shot and a goal for Dylan Bush for Mercer. As well as he has saved nearly 56% of the shots he's faced. Mercer with the ball, fed left side. And a good feed goes over to Chase Cope, and Cope gets his second goal and cuts the Colonials' lead down to a half dozen.
This is exactly what Mercer needed.
Work back. Now it's Cope right side. Cope thought about a shot, now dodges a defender. Save made by Fechter.
What a tremendous move by Cope, but an even better save.
Last goal scored for the Bears came with 2:25 to play in the third quarter. So we've played over 5 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Neither team has scored, and the Colonials have not scored since the 5:21 mark, so it's been over 10 minutes since RMU has scored. Takeaway by RMU, stepping into a passing lane, picking it off, and racing forward are the Colonials. And coast to coast and a Colonials goal. Defense into offense for Brian Simmons.
What a play by Simmons, man. I mean, he just sniffs out Kelly and just been a little bit too much for the netminder.
Good ball movement by Mercer leads to a goal for the Bears as they're able to work the ball over onto the left side for Parker Junod, who gets his first goal of the game. Junod has been, I think at this point, the Colonials with this 6-goal lead are happy to have these purposeful possessions, try to get good shots near the end of the shot clock, and that's what they do there, but a save is made yet again by Colin Kelly, and that turns into a possession the other way for the Bears, and Fechter returns the favor with a save of his own right now for Burr. Then left side it goes. And a goal for the Colonials as Keen Moon is able to get some separation from a defender and put the Colonials back on top by 7. Near side right, McLennan. McLennan onto the goal line, lost the possession for a moment, but gathers it back in, feeds it off to a teammate, and a low shot put into the net by Will McLeod.
That's a second straight goal for Robert Morris, where it almost seems like the mishaps from the Colonials have caused now Bellarmine up 9-5 on Lindenwood, a Lindenwood team that's down there in the bottom of the standings. To go along with that at half, Detroit Mercy up 8-4 on Queens, so that's a big game to keep an eye on. And then the final game ongoing right now, Utah up big on Jacksonville, 11-4.
Shot and a save. Nate Fector standing tall, shut off that near side post. And with 95 seconds to go, the Colonials have the possession. Just about a 30-second differential, a 20-second differential between shot and game clock, but the Colonials give it back to Mercer, and the Bears have the possession back as they'll push it up straight away. A defensive dodge, and it looked like Fector was going to make the stop there. That wasn't the hardest shot towards the cage, but still a goal for Luke Hand, and the Mercer Bears cutting the lead down to 7, but the Colonial Robert Morris well on their way to their third win of the season, and more importantly, their second conference win of the year, while Mercer looks like they're going to fall to 1-3 in ASUN action and 2-7 overall. As a takeaway there by the Colonials. Shot to the net and a goal for RMU. As the Colonials get the takeaway, it's Callum Brennan who gets the goal, turning defense into offense.